Hi, I'm Debbie from Simply Special Crafts. Today I'm really excited to bring you the magic of Christmas from the Snow is Falling collection from Hunkydory. This is a fun kit. Wait till you see what we've done with it. If you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to be notified when new videos are available, just click on that little bell icon. Let's take a look at these cards. This is the Magic of Christmas set. It's Snowy18-909. And this is the cathedral scene with the choir. What I love about this kit, look at these colors that they've combined. They've done the purples and the pinks and the just beautiful glow through the windows, and I just felt really inspired by this one. So just wait till you see what we came up with. Oh, here is that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful border print. Look at this gorgeous pink and silver and white foiling in these borders. I've used that both in this kit and in some others. I know that I used that in the last kit that I showed you. It would have been in number 8. I know that I used a little leftover piece of this on one of my cards. But you can use every inch of this spectacular border sheet. And look at this. Is that beautiful or what? I guess I'm a real fan of purples. So when I see something that's got, you know, these beautiful violets and purples and pinks and whites, I just find that really inspirational. What a beautiful piece of cardstock that is. Let's start with this one. I used this corner right here. And this is going to be a European A6 card, which means that it's roughly 4x6. I took my card, I covered it with silver mirror board. Then I took a piece of snowfall acetate. I made my topper, my cutout from my cardstock. I actually allowed really generous borders on this one because I wanted my snow to show around the edges. So I've made this probably 3/4 of an inch less on both the vertical and horizontal measurements. I attached that topper directly to my snowfall acetate so that I could see from the back of my acetate where my tape could go. And then I applied my acetate to my silver cardstock and I cut around it to get this beautiful framed effect. I added my Merry Christmas on top of my acetate. Excuse me, on top of my topper. The acetate's underneath. I added my Merry Christmas to my topper. I added an iridescent snowflake, and then I put in some glitter accents. I'll try and move this around a little bit so you can see that I glittered some of the little snowflakes that were falling. And I glittered a bit in these branches, a little bit in the tree. It's a really, really pretty card. Okay, with this one I made a little arched card that's also a shaker card. This is so pretty with those little white sparkles for snow in there. And we had lots of room for the snow in the bottom of this because if you can see, the children are standing in the snow. So I thought that the snowy effects were particularly appropriate for this one. Now to do this, what I did was I took my 3-piece topper set. My frame here is in 3 pieces. We've got the outer frame, we've got the inner frame, and we've got the back frame. I popped this out and I laid this entire piece over my cardstock. And then I used that as a guide. I popped the center piece out and I glued it flat, holding my margin or my border right where I wanted my border to be. I glued this flat so I had my centerpiece positioned properly. Then I took this outer frame I think I'm just going to take this out so we can see this better. I took the outer frame, so this now has been glued to my cardstock. I lay it on my card to find where I want my center to be. And this has to be right on the margin of my card. Then I glue this piece in place, tape it, glue it, whatever I'm going to do, glue this down, and now I remove my frame, and that's right where it needs to be. Then I take this piece and I put a piece of snowfall acetate on the back of this, being sure that when I tape this, I run a nice piece of tape over these two lines so that I catch both of these pieces with my tape. And I glue or tape this down to a piece of snowfall acetate, so I've got acetate in my window. Next, I take a piece of shaker tape and I go around here and I add shaker tape to my window. And then I sprinkle my sprinkles right onto my topper that's already been glued to my card. I peel my shaker tape and I position that right over the top so that now I have my crystals embedded in my card. Then I took my scissors and I went around and I trimmed the outside to create my dome shape. And finally, I lined that with a piece of matching insert paper. It's actually really simple. It sounds complicated when I describe it because it's several steps, but all the steps are really easy. And then I added my Just For You to the outside, and I think this is just a really, really pretty little card. Now our next card was done exactly the same way. I've used all of the same steps to create my shaker top, and I lined it, but then I cut a center step card and I attached that entire card, that opening card, to the front of my shaker. Isn't that pretty? And with those beautiful colors on the cardstock, I just love the way this turned out. Now, this bottom piece was right off the cardstock. These snow effects here are 3/4 inch piece of cardstock that I've cut and glued in on that strip just to bring this beautiful coloring down into my center step card. But that's how I've created that one. And then because I have those little tiny toppers on these, I've taken that beautiful that beautiful foiled cardstock, and I've cut two cardstock bases from that. One here, one next to it, and then I still had a little bit of that cardstock left for use on a couple of other cards. And all I'm doing on these is I did put some glitter accents on these little toppers. Don't know if you can catch it on camera, but this little tree is very sparkly. I added a snowflake to the top of that, almost as if it was being a star on the tree. I added snow effects to this one with some just tasteful glittering, little dabs in the tree, kind of outlining around their feet. And that's all I did to that card. Sending best wishes for a very happy Christmas. It's so, so pretty. And this one says, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Beautiful script, silver foiling with the Christmas and a Happy New Year. I've added some tasteful glitter accents to that, just little dots of glitter here and there. Put my little side arch on here. Once again, a snowflake with a little jewel dazzle in the center just to grab a little extra sparkle, and I think that's just beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. I really thought these cards were great fun to make, so I hope you enjoy them too. If you're enjoying our videos, please be sure to sign up for our newsletter so I can send you links to these great products. I'm Debbie from Simply Special Crafts, and we'll see you next time.